Hello, everyone. Silence in the car. What it reveals about you. Now, as you all know by now, and if you have not known, now you will learn that I once did rideshare, had over 1,000 rides, different personalities, different experiences. Now, there were times when clients would be in my back seat after opening, they're opening the door, getting in the back, understanding that they did not want to speak. Guess what? I did not speak to them other than saying good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, right? What it revealed about me is that I'm highly respectful. I give people their space. When they don't want to be bothered, I don't bother them. When a conversation doesn't want or need to be had, I don't try to force it. So that's was the silence in the car. Other than the sports being played, the sports podcast, or sometimes I would have my music that would be played. Um, you know, a conversation requires two people to speak. Doing rideshare is about being of service, respecting people as me as the driver want to be respected. And if a client hopped in the back seat and it was a known that they didn't want to have no conversation, guess what? There was no conversation to be had. I just kept my right foot on the gas and kept getting him or her to where they needed to be. Now, there's two sides to a coin. And in my experiences, when a client would get in my vehicle and it was silence in the car because that's what they chose, they got in the car choosing silence. I know. Um, from my vantage point, what it revealed about them was that depending on the client, they just had a badass day. Excuse my language. They had a badass day. I could tell in the body language. I could tell in the tone. They just had a badass day and they didn't really want to speak. And I never try to pry for information because again, when someone don't want to be spoken to, you leave them to their own device. So that's what I did. There were some folks that got into the back seat, didn't necessarily had a bad day, but through their tone, I could tell they had a lot on their mind. And there were times that I offered with the statement, you know, like I would. There were times I said the day is challenging, and then that led to the client informing me that it was definitely challenging and it definitely took a toll on them. So I don't know about you all, but I know about me. When things are taking a toll on me, I really don't want to speak to anyone like that because I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to come up with a plan that can actually be executed. And those that have done rideshare, those that have not done rideshare, both of you all, put in the comments, share your thoughts. When you're silent, what does that reveal about you? Getting back to it, the many rides that I had doing rideshare and the different personalities, different cultures that hopped in my car, it just revealed about me that I got good taste in music. It did because I always had some good jazz playing. Like I stated, there were times I had country music playing, other times I had good hip hop playing. Now, understand this: the music that I had playing, though I prefer to hear the artists using their actual gifts and artistic words, which sometimes would require them to cuss, unless the client informed me that he or she was cool with it, that it would never be played because obvious reasons. It's just about, you want it to be a successful ride. And of course, the way that these ride share apps work, when a client makes a comment or a negative comment about the driver, they can lock you out of the app and the politics of that. So, just try to be respectful, but it just always revealed to me the silence was that it's going to be a smooth ride. Because some clients, they don't know when to be quiet. Some clients, they just talk too much. Some clients will talk so much, and this is actually true. I had clients that would talk so much to me that I thought I was going to be able to get in and give my opinion or give my feedback. But they were talking so long. By the time we made it to their destination, guess what? They were still talking. So, and even then, they wanted to still talk, but they had no choice but to end the conversation and get out. They just would thank me for the ride, tip me, and I would do what I would normally do, keep it pushing. But silence is not a bad thing. As they say, silence is golden, which it is golden. And when you're doing rideshare, do you really have silence? Even if the two parties aren't speaking, if if you as the driver and the client, if you all aren't talking, but there's music being played, or there a podcast being played, is there truly silence? Silence could be a double entendre. Silence in the sense that no one is speaking to each other, or from the rideshare standpoint, where the client just is not in the mood to talk, and you as the driver is just doing what you're supposed to be doing, being a business owner slash contractor, or just being a contractor, and making sure that you continue to save the day, and the byproduct could be them ends, that money that you are making for you, yourself, and others. To allocate as you see fit. And there were times that I would have clients ask me, "Hey, you ever get someone in your car who don't want to talk?" And I would tell them, "Yeah, it happens sometimes, some days and some nights, and even some mornings." And after they would laugh, they would ask me, "Hey, well, how do you handle it?" I told them, "I just be quiet." It's really that simple. It's not Chinese arithmetic. But let me retract that. For some folks, Chinese arithmetic is easy, so I'm not trying to insult anyone. But yeah, that's what it's about. Silence in the car, what it reveals about you. You all tell me again. Anyone out there that has done rideshare? Anyone out there that has done rideshare, but just from the standpoint of just being a client? Tell me. And yes, I ain't forget about you all. Those that do not do rideshare, but you still take your friends around. Are you in a relationship? Are you married? And there's, y'all having a conversation and one party gets silent. Like, what does it reveal about you? Or what does it reveal about you all? Feel free to let me know, because silence is not only golden, but it is definitely telling. So yes, again, share this with a friend. Share this with an enemy, because if you share it with an enemy, it's most likely that you all can become associates and may even progress to friends. Anything's possible, and that is definitely possible. So again, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if it's in you to do that. I just wanted to bring this to you all. You all continue to have a good day, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.